Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm so excited. We're finally getting into our first The BOYZ album, and we're going to be doing the 8th May album Be Awake, which is their most recent one. And I have heard nothing but good things about this, so I'm just really pumped. This is the one that has Roar on it, so we are going to skip Roar just because I have heard it multiple times and I know the song and everything. So we're going to be doing Awake, Blah Blah, Savior, Horizon, and Diamond Life. So I'm just excited. I have also heard that this is kind of like a more like updated or like new era and stuff from them. So I'm just pumped to see how these B-sides sound and just the whole album as a whole. We are using lyric videos that an amazing human being put together, like a playlist of like the most kind of accurate ones they could find. So I know that lyric videos, no matter what, they're never 100% accurate, like translation wise and stuff. So these are like the best ones and everything I'm guessing that they could find. So we're gonna go with these. So I hope that's fine. But yeah, I'm just really excited. Also, I haven't even listened to this album yet, and tell me why I already ordered a physical copy of it. I got the Reason version from Hello 82. I was placing like a ATEEZ order and stuff, and I saw they had it on there, so I added it, and that should be coming by the end of the month. So I'm just really excited. Which I never really do that usually for albums. I usually like wait until I actually listen to them first. But like with groups I know that I'm gonna love the songs, like ATEEZ or 17 and stuff, I do get them beforehand. So I just really wanted it, so I decided to get it. So I will definitely share that when it comes. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this. I am so excited, and yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start with Awake, which looks like it's their opening, and it is only over like a little over 2 minutes. So I'm not sure if it's like a full song or just like an intro kind of thing. But just as a warning, like right now, I do pause and everything. I like to talk about the lyrics and stuff, or like just the instrumental, or just their voices. So I will be talking and pausing and everything. If you don't like that, this is not the video for you. Totally fine. Just want to put that up front. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this. So let's go. Also, these pictures up top, man.
There's inside of me a desire to be real. Lend me your ear. Falling down, 깨어나는 dark side. 나의 죄식 그 이면에 연너. 깨버린 꿈의 reality. 혼란 속에 so sweet. 결국 내 안에서 내 모든 걸 무너뜨려. Now 난 가져만 가. 손짓 단 한 번에 휩쓸게.
Okay, right off the bat, man, I am loving how this sounds. Okay, first, we're going back. I try not to listen to like songs multiple times. Usually there's like always one or two that I do during an album and stuff, just because it's like, I like it so much. But like I said, I haven't listened to any of their albums before, just their title tracks. So like this opening is so cool. I love how it has such a smoothness, like very just like haunting kind of R&B mix into it, and how everybody's kind of dragging out their words and everything is just so good. And how Hyunjae just came in after when Kevin was speaking, his deep ass voice, man, with that just like very silkiness to it was so good. But I'm so excited, especially for albums, because I get to like kind of match their voices to faces and stuff a lot more, which I really like. But yeah, the way that it just opened.
I've got a growling thirst inside of me.
Just like that spoken word and stuff leading into it.
Lend me your ear.
Like the eerie sounds and stuff. I like that, like it's like a kind of distorted effect on the end of his voice.
I'm so thirsty,
Dude, the hits in this song, this instrumental is so, I love how like powerful it is and like very upfront forward over their voices. It is so good. Like it's so very hard hitting but smooth at the same time, which is what I love from artists and stuff. Especially like, I think I've said it before, but like the BOYZ has such a good way of bringing you into the atmosphere of their music, which is so good. And one of my favorite things too, just like having this many people and everything just lends itself so well to have so many different sounds coming together, and it's just so nice, man. And this instrumental, I love the mix of the guitar and hits and everything.
Now shout it out, love so tasty. Like that. On and on and on and on, on and on and on and on.
Dude, this is so good. Like it is so just like brings you in, and I'm loving how it sounds, man, and how everybody has such different tones, like especially like New and Q have a little bit more of that forward voice, like more upfront and everything, compared to like someone like Hyunjae or like even Sunyeon and everything too. Like their voices contrast so much, but like it's so good to have after each other, like in these break parts, man. And it's like waking you up to this love and stuff leading into Roar. So good, man. Okay, like I said, we are gonna skip Roar, but I love that the ending of Awake and stuff like led into that with the whistling and everything. But the next one is Blah Blah. But before we get into this, I just want to like, I feel like I talked a lot in the other one, but I love just that being an opening to an album, man. It had such a darker feeling, which I feel like really encapsulates like everything I've seen, just like the promotion wise and everything from this. And just like with Roar too, it has such a dark element to it, but very, even a lightness to it, especially with that whistling. It's just such a good mix. And they are doing it so well. But their voices, man, they have such strong just vocalists in this. And I just love how even the rappers, I think the set rappers are Eric, Sunu, and I always pronounce his name wrong, and I'm so sorry, man. I'm trying. Haknyeon. I think those are the three set rappers, and then kind of like the other members do like the sub rapping and like mix it up during different songs. But they all have such different tones within themselves too, and then also the vocalists. So just like their songs come together so well, and I love how they really know where to put people's voices, I've noticed really well. But that was such an opening. I love the instrumental, especially with that, like the bass guitar and everything, and just like how everything sounded. They had like a little bit of a distorted kind of vocal and everything over some of their voices at certain parts, which really like brings in more of that like darker element, especially leading into Roar. So we're gonna go right into Blah Blah now. So this one would be after Roar. So I am interested to see how they kind of structure their albums, if they have like more like slower ballad songs or anything mixed in with kind of these upbeat songs. But first, these images, man. Let me just say, one of the reasons I ordered the Reason version was because I saw one of these pictures of Sunyeon and I was like, that's the one I'm getting. But anyways. Okay, first we don't need captions, and that just came right in.
자꾸 더 듣고 싶은 네 목소린 혼자 껴듣고 싶은 노랫소리 we go 맞춰봐도 소용없는 알람 대신 아침보다 빛나 너의 모닝콜이 we go 단정한 넌 아직까지 나에게 깔맞지 솜사탕인걸 Yummy yummy in my tongue Let's go
I love how light New's voice is. Ooh. Okay, first, the way that this chorus comes in with Hyunjae, he is such like, he can add in that breathiness when he wants to, especially like leading into this. I love how he threw that in there. And I said it before, especially, I think it was Thrill Ride on the bridge when it was New and then Hyunjae. I love their voices back to back because they're so different, but they just work so well together. But I just love how it transitioned to like his voice in this chorus and the melody he goes with that. And this instrumental is very like bubbly kind of. That like breathiness, man, is so good.
나를 따라와 봐 밤새 끊기지 않게 속삭여줘 난 now yeah 리듬 같은 네 말이 또 날 리드해 한마디만 더 하면 나도 내 입을 닫아
I love that like
나를 따라와 봐 밤새 끊기지 않게 속삭여줘 난 now yeah 리듬 같은 네 말이 또 날 리드해 한마디만 더 하면 나도 내 입을
that's such cool noise in the back.
잠긴 듯 버글거리는 맘이 하염없이 내게 피어를 때 남아있게 몰랐겠지만 너 오늘도 you're my flower
I love this melody switch up, man. This is definitely one that's going to be on repeat. It's such an easy listen. It has such a kind of more bubbly instrumental, especially with like that kind of synth piano and stuff in the back, mixed with those like more kind of like slightly very faint like video game kind of sounds in the back. It gives it such more upbeat feeling, I think, compared to Roar. But especially in this chorus, it does bring in more of that smoother element, especially that Awake had. So I feel like it's just such a good song choice to have after this. But I am telling you, I love the way that this chorus comes in and then the switch up. That instrumental, man, it's still like part of the rest of the song, but it's so much more prominent in this part. And then they just have the guitar. Ooh, that was so nice, man. The way they just have that guitar like prominent right there and they brought in that percussion. Those harmonies with him. I don't know who's doing like all those harmonies and stuff. Definitely let me know, because I love how they have just those lower tones and stuff. So good, man. Okay, so it does say Sunu and Eric worked on the lyrics. Okay. I like to see when they show like different members and stuff, like putting their input on the albums and stuff. Okay, so I've liked literally everything from this album so far. I still have 3 songs to go, and I already know this is going to be a very long video, so I apologize in advance, but I hope you guys are okay with it. But that song is so easy to listen to. I know I'm going to have that on repeat, especially just with the melodies, especially during the choruses, and then the verses and everything just mix so well together. It just has a very like easy to listen to kind of style. And the harmonies in that I was hearing, man, were so good. They just mix so well together, and it's so impressive. So the next one is Savior, and the way that the album is going, that one was a lot slower, I would say, than War was. So I don't know if we're gonna keep going into the slower route, because there is 3 songs, or maybe go back up a little bit and then the last 1 or 2 are gonna be slow, or total opposite and just pick it back up. But we're gonna reach this one, which is Savior. And let me just say, when I first saw these photos, Younghoon, I did not know that was him. I don't know what it was, but he does not look like so easy to pick out and everything. Like, not in a bad way or anything like that. Like, he looks so good, but he just like looks so different from other photos I've seen from him so far that it took me a second. Man. But okay. If you guys don't know, or if you're new here or anything, piano, favorite instrument in music, man. Whenever I hear a piano, I know it's gonna be a great song. Like, especially when they start with like that very delicate piano. Like very like jazzy kind of feels. Totally my style. Dude, I don't know what it was. I don't know if like I underestimated Kevin's voice or anything. Like, he has stuck out so much to me lately, especially when I just heard Whisper and stuff too. Like, maybe because like, that's how I know this group, is because of all like the Kevin memes. So maybe that's why that I just like associate him with those. But his voice stands out almost like one of the most to me. He has such a just smooth voice to it. It is so good. Like, even when he does that higher register and everything, but even when he goes into the slower register, he has such like a very silkiness to his voice that just like makes the song. Man, and I've really noticed it lately. It's so good. He has like a little bit of like a twanginess to it, if you guys know what I mean. Like, a couple of the clips I've seen from him and everything, just he has a little bit that he adds to it, and it's so good, man.
Look at your eyes. 감히 그 깊이도 모르는 채 뛰어들어 dive into you. 나 네 부드러운 손길이 나 새처럼 그 순간 피할 수 없는 girl. Love like a disaster. 길고긴 어둠 속에서 나를 찾아온 그빛. 긴 방울 끝이 손 꼭 잡으면 저 멀리 달아날 때 눈부신 your eyes 깨지는 no lies 둘만의 난 원해 날 안아줘 save me my savior 괜히 할 수 없다 아름다운 falling
One of my favorites already. This might be my favorite on the album.
I follow, you're my savior. Yeah, see.
Okay, before Eric starts, man, the first half of the song has been so good. This is like my style. If I had to choose, like, I have a very like broad spectrum of music I listen to, but if I had to pick like a favorite kind of style, it would be this. Like very more on the R&B side, like slowed down and stuff, but still has more of like a like darker but like kind of upbeat, jazzy kind of feel to it too. Like just the sound is one of my favorites from groups especially. And I feel like the BOYZ specifically has so many vocalists that I've heard which tones fit this style so well. Especially my man Sunyeon, man. His voice is made for R&B. I know you guys have been telling me to watch I think it's the Lee Mujin. I think that's what it is. It's the Lee Mujin service. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I know like you guys know what I'm talking about. All of you guys have been telling me to watch that, and I am definitely going to. It's on my list. But his voice fits the style so well, and he is probably one of my favorite voices in this group so far. And he's at the top of my list. But like, even like Hyunjae, he has such a breathiness but very deepness to his voice. Jacob has very like just a soft, like more angelic voice that fits the style so well. New, he has such a special quality to his voice. It's very forward and very distinct. So you know when it's him singing, which I absolutely love when artists have that characteristic and everything. Q, I have noticed his voice a lot more lately too. It is similar actually to New's, just not, it has a different kind of tone to it, but still kind of more that forward night kind of style. But dude, this is so good. I love the instrumental in this song. It's just so smooth and just so nice, man. You know when I really like something, because I start messing up my words. Ooh, when you bring those hi-hats and everything in too.
Yeah, I'm in danger. Save me, my savior. 잔인할수록도 아름다운 falling down. Oh, save me, my baby. 너를 향해 falling down, falling down. 꿈이라도 너네. 너에게 I'm sinking down. 두려움 속에 피어난 단 하나의 온기. Yeah.
Dude, there's so much going on with this instrumental. I love it. And then it all cuts out with just his voice, man. So it seems like Sunny and Eric work on a lot of like their own rap parts, I'm guessing, and stuff too, which I noticed with a lot of groups, like the rappers and stuff usually do that. This was so good, man. Okay, yeah. We're gonna listen to this one again, just because I feel like there was so much going on, especially with the instrumentals and stuff, that I just want to talk about and everything, and just listen to again. But this is definitely gonna be one of my favorites on the album. This whole style was so good. They switched it up so much, but really kept like an overall theme to this song, which I loved. But like, they just start out like with this like very, it's like a very like piano kind of lounge piano that they have, and then they bring in those just like, even that descent right there and everything with the cymbals and stuff. Dude, Kevin sounds freaking amazing in this part. Like this tone from him. And like the whole song, like I feel like I also want to read the lyrics a little bit more, because like from what I did read, it was just like mostly like glimpses and stuff, because I was paying mostly attention to the actual song. But it kind of had that same element, because I think this whole kind of like album is supposed to be like, especially with Roar, how they're like the fallen angels and stuff, like being like chasing after or going after the love which isn't allowed and everything, and like falling and becoming those fallen angels and stuff. So it's kind of like talking about that a lot more. The way this comes in, man, the hits and that just like snare and like the hi-hats and everything. And the harmonies, they are so good with harmonies, man. Ooh. I like that like water drop sound. No snaps come in. Dude, the way that comes in. There's just so much going on. Like you get that like descent kind of like video game kind of sound right there when Jacob comes in. Then you get that swelling in the back, and then also the hi-hats and also the kicks and everything. Just everything mixes so well together. I feel like Q has kind of a similar voice to Hyunjae, but just a lighter register he sings in and stuff too.
I follow, you're my savior.
And then this just like brings in more of that like kind of club bass feel that it reminds me so much of The Stealer when they like brought that in too during like the second part. And it just brings in right back to this like smoother style.
Yeah, I'm in danger. Save me, my savior. 아름다운 falling down. Oh, save me, my baby.
I like when they have new for these choruses too, because his voice really stands out and makes you pay attention. And just adds a different feeling to the song. Is that Jacob doing those higher notes, man? I love how they bring in that bass. I love how that just all cuts out and it's just his voice, man. It's so good. Yeah, like I said, that song, it had so much going on with the instrumental and stuff, but they made it work and mix so well together, which is one of my favorite things, is when groups can achieve that and it doesn't sound like messy or anything. It just works so like smoothly together. But their voices, man, this group is so good with harmonies, and I think it can really like attest to how just different everybody's tones are, especially like the lower register and the higher register and stuff. Just everyone mixes so well. And that song specifically, that style, that's gonna be one of my favorites on the album. We still have 2 left, Horizon and Diamond Life. So we'll see. But that's probably, I don't know, because I like Awake too. So I'm just gonna like this whole album. I already know. But like, we'll see if the last 2 like step to the top or anything. But yeah, that song was so good. Like, I really feel like it took elements both from Awake and Roar, but then added like its own kind of style to make it its own song. But I love how it just kind of like connected them very well, especially track listing wise. And it was also kind of like, it was adding on top of that, like the storyline of like them falling and stuff because of love, but now it's like, I did this for you and stuff, so like stay with me and like be my savior and everything. But we're gonna get into Horizon now, which is the second to last. I knew we needed a slower song in here. And right after piano, acoustic guitar is also my favorite tier in music. So, and Jacob's voice specifically is made for acoustic guitar. Like songwriter, like that kind of style is perfect for him. So, man, I just have to hear the first like 2 lines and I love the song.
모든 게 멈춘 듯이 다시 아니란 거 근데 말야 날 탓하게 돼 오랜 습관처럼 가라앉아 숨을 참는 걸 더 깊이
Piano and guitar.
긴 밤은 내게 유난히 차가운데 가장 따스한 물결로 널 끌어올려 날 울고 있던 내 곁에서 수평선이 되어준 넌 나의 모든 뜻
Okay, I don't even want to pause this song. This song is freaking beautiful, man. I love, first of all, the lyrics, because I feel like especially with slower songs like this, you can really pay attention more to the lyrics and just feel them so much. Like, songs like this always get me too. So just like, dude, Jacob's voice specifically sounds freaking beautiful over this. Like that part, like this is gonna be a long video, and I already know because now I want to listen to this one again already. They started with that acoustic guitar and then they brought in the piano. That is my heaven, man. Their voices sound so good over this, and especially Q. He surprised me too over his part, man. And Sun's voice.
헤매이는 하루 쫓다 숨이 차 오늘도 어김없이 난 또 한숨이 나와 네 작은 숨결이 어설프게 너에게 닿아 너란 그늘 아래서 잠깐 숨을 내뱉는다 불러 삼키는 감정이 익숙해 이젠 맘 깊이 헤매는 새 긴 밤은 내게 유난히 차가운데 가장 따스한 물결로 넌 끌어올려나 울고
Not. The melody of that is so good, man. And Q's voice, I love the tone of his voice.
긴 밤은 내게 유난히 차가운데 가장 따스한 물결로 넌 끌어올려나 울고 있던 내 곁에서 수평선이 되어줘 넌 나의 모든 숨 멀리 빛나는 너의 숨소리에 무거웠던 나의 발걸음도 가벼워져가는 이 느낌
Those pauses right there, I love that rhythm.
숨소리에 무거웠던 나의 발걸음도 가벼워져가는 이 느낌 흩날린 바람 속 너에게로 이어진 시간 속에서 어지러운 공기마다 너를 담아 천천히 쉬어보는 숨 일렁이듯 내려온다 머물러있는 말 너머로 너 젖어들어 널 따라 쉬는 숨 널 향해 쉬는 숨 나의 모든 숨 너는 나의 숨
Like, are you kidding? Yep. We're listening to this one again, man. I don't know what was happening. I was tearing up. This is so beautiful. Their vocals, first of all, are so good. Like, I cannot tell you how impressed I have been with literally every single thing I've heard, but especially this song is a standout to everything that I've heard from them so far. Because, granted, the songs that I have heard are more, especially when I did the first look and stuff, are very more upbeat and very hard-hitting, especially because most title tracks are. Or on the flip side to that, like Thrill Ride and Whisper, they're very, like, more poppy and kind of bubbly and stuff, very upbeat. But songs like this, this is, like, perfect for me. It showcases their vocals so well. And you don't have to go, like, over the top with, like, very intense vocals. Just soothing, like, feeling of this song was beautiful and so good. This, I don't know, this might be my favorite. Just because, like, I got to hear each one of them just, it had such more of, like, the raw vocal feeling, which I absolutely love, and that guitar and just the piano and just everything was so well put together, man. Gonna listen to this one again. Dude, I love this guitar throughout it and Jacob's voice. Younghoon has such a breathiness to his voice too. It's very delicate, I love it. This might be honestly my favorite part of the song. Q sounds so good. This, like, I love. It's like the way that he sounds right here, man. It is so good. He has such a quiver to his voice, but it's clear at the same time. And you get that slow piano build.
긴 밤은 내게 유난히 차가운데 가장
Please let me know who's doing the harmonies like together.
끌어올려 날 울고 있던 내 곁에서 수평선이 되어준 넌 나의 모든 뜻
These lyrics, man, are so sweet and just so good.
넌 나의 손, 넌 내가 쉴 수 있는 깊은 밤의 꿈 세상의 끝에 손을 감싸 안아준 차가운 뺨에 닿은 뜨거웠던 품 모든 게 멈춘 Yes, 헤매이는 하루 주듯
And even though I can't remember what song it is, but like this style especially, I just love how, because this song specifically doesn't call for like heavy rapping or like very heavy instrumental and stuff, especially with how like the first half has been. So I love how Eric and Sunny are still doing that lower tone and everything, but they aren't going very hard with it. It's more like a speaking kind of rap and stuff over it, which is so nice. And I just love the tones of their voices just back to back, but also mixed with everybody else too, because it doesn't offset the song at all, because it is like such a softer style from them.
숨이 차 오늘도 어김없이 난 또 한숨이 나와 네 작은 숨결이 어설프게 너에게 닿아 너란 그늘 아래서 잠깐 숨을 내뱉는다 불러 삼키는 감정이 익숙해 이젠 맘 깊이 헤매는 새
Q's the highlight on this song.
긴 밤은 내게 유난히 차가운데 가장 따스한 물결로 넌 끌어올려가 울고 있던 내 곁에서 수평선이 되어준
Dude, the strings, but you also get that percussion and stuff over it.
멀리 빛나는 너의 숨소리에 무거웠던
Ooh, I love that.
나의 모든 숨
I love that like comparison too. It's like the sound of your breath shining far away when they're comparing it to the horizon, like right when their sun is and stuff. That's so cool.
너의 숨소리에 무거웠던 나의 발걸음도 가벼워져가는 이 느낌 흩날린 바람 속 너에게로 이어진 시간 속에서 어지러운 공기마다 너를 담아 천천히 쉬어보는 숨 일렁이듯 내려온다 내 있는 말 너머로 너 젖어들어 날 따라 쉬는 숨 널 향해 쉬는 숨 나의 모든 숨
And then you get that build up where it like even overpowers their voices and then just cuts out. This might be my favorite on the album. And it looks like Q, Sunny and Eric all helped with the lyrics too. Yeah, I don't know how many times I can say it, but that is such a beautiful, just beautifully written song, composed song. The instrumental, their vocals, everything just fit perfectly where it needed to be. That is definitely probably my favorite on the album. Like, just, I can definitely see myself replaying that song, and it's just one of those songs that's so soothing and just so nice to listen to that you can just like listen to it any time of the day. But man, it's so good, and they sounded great. I love how it really showcased each person's vocals, and everybody kind of got like a chance to add in a part, which I feel like is very hard for a group this big to. There's definitely people I noticed that don't get as many lines as others, but I like for the most part that they kind of like pick and choose people very well to like go after each other and stuff. But that song was so good, man. We're gonna get into the last one, which is Diamond Life, and yeah. Okay, starting right out. I feel like we're gonna go back up into like ending off the album on like a high note. So especially with like this electronic kind of sound.
이미 시작되지 않는 break 돌이킬 수 없이 빠를 때 I feel the pain 이제 때가 와 좀 더 아래로 힘껏 바닥친데도 now I'm losing all control 내 손 잡아줘
Definitely more of a hype song. Ooh. Dude, okay, first his instrumental is very heavy and I love how like more electronic it is, but it still has kind of like an old school kind of rock, like hairband kind of style too, if you know what I mean, like with that like kind of guitar instrumental and stuff over this more like electronic kind of sound and everything. I love Kevin's voice on that part. I love how he's dragging out the words. Dude, they have such a good job at changing up their melodies very well. It's so good, like the different rhythms they choose to use. I love how much they play with that electronic kind of sound right there. I feel like they incorporate that in pretty much all of their songs on this album. Look at those kicks right there. I love how the instrumental is very consistent throughout this song. They rely a lot on their voices to switch up the rhythm. I love this part because all of this is more like dragging and everything, but then they bring in this part where it's very like a little bit more fast-paced and stuff, like less pausing. And they bring in like that piano. Okay, so I love that song. This album is definitely a no skip for me. I loved literally every single song that I heard, and I love that. Man, this was so good. I already loved Roar. I feel like probably my favorite is Horizon. maybe Savior. I feel like those two might tie. I don't know, man. Like, I loved every single song, like, in their own way. I feel like every song had its specific style, so it's hard to choose a favorite. I kind of just, like, go with just more of, like, what I would listen to the most, which I don't even know, because most of the time I say that, and then I ended up listening to the ones that I don't say are my favorite and stuff the most. So either way, I loved every single song on this album. It was so good and so well put together. I don't know if they have... It looked like a certain, like a good amount of members worked on the lyrics and stuff throughout this album. And I know you guys said that Sangyeon and I think maybe a couple of the other members like help out with like production and composition and stuff. But I don't know if they have like a set person that works with them on their albums, especially like their newer ones, like production wise and stuff. I would love to know that because the way that these songs were put together, man, was so good. Even track listing wise, I love the just way that they chose to place each song on here, and just like the progression through it all was so nice. And then each song by itself was just composed so well together. There was so much going on, I feel like, in certain songs, but they just had a way of making it just so well just blended and easy to listen to. Like, I think most of these songs I think are like over 3.5 minutes. I think Awake is like the shortest one because it's like the intro kind of. But I think the rest, I think a couple are like 4 minutes long or over that, and then a couple are like closer to 4 to 3.5 minutes. But they did not feel long. Like, I can see myself re-listening to every single one of these songs like on repeat, and I love that, man. This just like whole album was so good, and I am so glad that I ordered one because I love this. But like just everybody's voices, I definitely want to like kind of talk about a little bit of each person and everything, but like I have been recording for almost an hour and a half, and this song on Spotify, like the whole album says it's a 20-minute listen. So, but this, I don't know, I'm just so impressed. Like, this is the first one I'm checking out from them, and it is a newer one. So I don't know how like their older albums compare, because I do know that a lot of people said that their older music especially has a lot of the like kind of youthful feeling to it, like throughout it and stuff. And I feel like this is kind of like a new like take or era and stuff that they're starting and stuff. But I mean, nonetheless, I'll probably love their other albums too, because their voices, man, I love how different each person's voice is. And in a group like this, it is so convenient and just so nice because you get to play around with different styles and different just sounds together. And I love how everybody was paired. Like, everybody just worked so well together, especially I feel like some have like a similar tone to other members, but like they have their own certain specific quality to them. But I loved especially when like New would be after Hyunjae, like their tone just mixed so well together because they are so different, but they still incorporate both of them, have like, they can have a little bit of a breathier tone. But I have to say, Q definitely stuck out on this album to me. His voice, I feel like I didn't pay enough attention to it, like in the music videos I saw, but like, man, his voice is so, it's very unique. It's so like, it's very clear, but at the same time, he adds like a little bit of a breathiness into it, but it is also kind of more of that, not totally forward, but still has that kind of tone to it. And it's just so, like, it sticks out a lot, and I absolutely love it. I loved Hyunjae's voice. Younghoon, I feel like he adds, like, he has so much, like, emotion to his voice specifically. It's very, he adds a lot of breath into it, but it's very, like, it's not breathy just for the sake of being breathy. He adds, like, just an emotion quality to it that I feel like really stuck out on this. Kevin's voice has to be one of my favorites, and it stuck up on me. I don't know what was going on with my brain, but like his voice is so just smooth and has such a different just quality to it, man. It's so easy to listen to and so smooth, and I love how it sounded on all of these songs. He is just like, I don't know what the specific term is. It's like a little bit, like, especially from other clips I've seen of him, like shorter ones of him singing, he incorporates a little bit of like a cry, like twanginess and stuff at the end of his phrases, especially. But it's not like so twangy that it's like country or anything like that. It's just a little extra that he adds to his voice, and it just mixes so well with these. And it's just so nice. Jacob, angel voice. Dude, his higher register is beautiful, especially on Horizon, man. He was a highlight on that. Him on a guitar, that's like the perfect match, man. He is such a songwriter type of voice that he can just sit down with a guitar and it can be just a whole show. It's so nice. He sounded so great. And I love how, especially in some of these songs, he did do more of the like lighter, fast-paced rapping and stuff that I really like too. But Sunyeon, man, his voice, he's gotta be one of my favorites. I love the sound of his voice. It is so just smooth and just very like made for R&B type of music. And just that style, like that older classic style music, which is my favorite style. But I am so excited to watch that like the special and stuff that he did, because that's gonna be a great video, man. I'm so excited. But his voice, I love how he kind of, I feel like he stands out, especially during their like breakdowns, and just like especially the higher notes and everything, of course. But like his tone and everything is some of my favorite, man. It's so good, and I feel like he incorporates into every song so well. Jooyeon, I feel like Jooyeon has such a good mix of everybody together. He has such a solid, stable voice, but it's on the deeper end, but it's not, at least in here, it didn't sound like the deepest in the group, but it is definitely like the deeper tone, like Hyunjae and stuff too, and Sunwoo. But I love just, his tone is very stable. I feel like he, throughout every song, kind of grounded every song very well and like made the higher registers and lower registers of everybody just mixed so well together. He was just like that piece that you need in there, and I love it. I love how Sunwoo and Eric sounded back to back. Those two just have such good, I feel like how they bounce off of each other is so like good, because they both do rap in that like lower tone and stuff, but they have different qualities to their voices. And I am so excited to see, hopefully soon, Sunwoo sing more. I have seen like little clips of him like singing and everything, and his tone I absolutely love. So I definitely, if there is songs that he does sing more, let me know, because I definitely want to check those out. But they just sound great together. They have such like, they have like a similar sound slightly, but they do different rhythms. Okay, my camera cut it off because I've been talking for too long. So, but yeah, I just love how they sound together. And then Haknyeon, I still feel like I'm saying that wrong, and I'm so sorry. Like, I'm trying to say it, my mouth doesn't want to say it right. But I feel like him specifically, I feel like he doesn't get a lot of lines. And I'm saying that as someone who's new and doesn't know anything. But I feel like I definitely noticed him on here. Like, I love the tone of his voice. I have to say, the first time that I heard him rap, it's a lot deeper than I thought. Like, when I hear him talk or just like rap and stuff, I feel like his face just doesn't match his voice, and I love it. It catches me off guard a little bit, but I love the sound of it. It's so like, it has such a warmer quality to it, and it's very smooth, but like more of that talking kind of sound, like register wise and everything. But I did hear him sing and stuff all on here too, which is so nice because I love the versatility and everything. But man, they all just did great. Like, I am so excited to check out more albums, more music videos. I think I did just listen to Whisper 2, the music video and everything, so I think that'll be out before this comes up. Yeah, I think I'll already have put that up and everything, so check that out if you want. But I am just so excited to add all these songs to my playlist and listen to them over and over again. Excited to get the album, excited to listen to more albums and just like more music videos in general. But they have just impressed me so much, and I am so mad that I'm just now getting into them. Like, I am just so impressed, man. They did such a good job, and definitely let me know about like certain things that you guys want to see. Like if there are, usually with albums I like backtrack, do like their most recent to oldest. But if there is one that you guys want like more of, or like more popular one that you guys want me to listen to first, let me know. I think the next music video, there's definitely a couple that I want to listen to and watch and stuff. Breaking Dawn's on the list. No Air's on the list. I've heard nothing but good things about that. And there's definitely some more. But I know that you guys said that the Japanese ones are great too. So Japanese songs always have like a special feeling to them. So I definitely want to check out those. But yeah, just keep all the recommendations for more of their stuff coming and everything. I know they have a good amount of variety stuff that I want to check out. I've done a few live stages on Patreon and stuff, and definitely going to be doing more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching and listening with me. I hope it's not too long. Let me know if you guys like longer videos or not. I know some people do because they like hopefully like me talking about certain things. I try my best. Or like if you would prefer cut down versions of it and stuff. Because it is very long and it takes up a lot of time for you guys to watch. But I just like talking about everything, so it always ends up being long. So I'm sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed listening with me and everything, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.